concern with the release of Dreadnoughts. In my eyes, I think that might be a little bit premature. The only reasoning for this is there was a few people that spoke to me that in EO when they released Dreadnoughts, it kind of was almost you can say it's like similar to like nukes
Yeah.
um, today. Like if you didn't have them, then you're going to be attacked by other people that do have them, and you're going to be wiped out. So I've been told in EO like that kind of caused smaller alliances to merge in with the bigger ones right away. It would just eat those up. And I'm afraid that might be the same issue today. Whoever doesn't have them is just going to get swallowed up by bigger alliances.
Yeah. Very well said. I think exactly the same way. uh, I I really think it's. I mean, I want them, of course. Don't get me wrong. I really want a dreadnought and a carrier. I really do. But I do want what's best for the game. And what I think is now when they have talked about these capital ships and they have talked about it in faction warfare, I I really hope that it's just for show inside, so you can fly around them or whatever because they're big and just get a sense of how big they are. I hope that is pretty much everything, and I still hope that they will release the capitals in forms of rats as the officer spawns in nullsec, and as well as you introduce the faction spawns. I've always said that if everyone is playing around like in nullspace doing their thing and someone finds the Kikara dreadnought spawn, everyone will just drop their shit and go over there and they will have a fleet to down it. That would be a very cool thing. So that's how I think they should start with the capitals.
I agree.
Yeah.
I I think it would be premature to give it to players right away.
Yeah, and we don't need it. We have no use for them really. Um,
No, it's the same thing as when battleships came out. Like during fleet fights, when there was cruisers and battle cruisers, it was very fun. There was all these different things you can
yeah,
do. But now battleships came out, or a while ago when they came out, that was the meta. It's just if you have a fleet that didn't have battleships, you were not going to win.
yeah.
And then now it kind of transitions, with drone battleship kiting fleets. But I think that's mostly because of nanocores and a bunch of other little things during the patches that led to that.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
and
I do think dreadnoughts will fall into the same category. They will just become meta, and if you don't have them, you lose the fight.
the difference with battleships and capital ships is that when we got battleships, we were still T9 or T8. Some people were, um, and we still had T10 missions to do. So when we got the battleships, we could actually do the T10 missions easier. But the capitals don't have anything unless they have the officer spawns. Because if you have a capital and the officer spawns is spawning, you could actually use your capital to down it and make that easier. Uh,
Yeah,
but now we don't have a reason for it. I mean, are you gonna do Dead Space alone? Is that what we're gonna do? We're not gonna team up anymore. Uh, it's just, yeah, I
I
don't know.
agree.
It's
In
a
the
weird way.
There's problems within the game, especially in the PvE kind of stance. I
Yeah,
do think dead spaces are too easy, especially like for example, there's no bubbles in I think it's Apprentice Dead Space. The nightmares, everything just kind of like blobs at you, doesn't really do anything.
yeah,
What I would love to see in a game is there's 3 or 4 nightmares, having these huge different sized bubbles up, phantasms, what what's the other, and succubuses, they're all like grouped together. So imagine having to have a fleet punch through all those bubbles and all those elites are just sticking together and just screening off any frigates from the battleships and just killing everything in their path. Like I think that would be fun. like, excuse me.
No problem.
Imagine a bunch of Baelgorns with all these Nosses and Newts and web bonuses just sitting 40, 50 away and having Astromoves and a crew to screen off any smaller ships that might be tackling them. Like,
Yeah.
trying to fight that, even with a fleet, if one person gets targeted, even with a bubble, like, they're going to receive hell. That would be hell, and that's what I would like. I would like to see um, not the angel, faction ships and like NDSs and regular Dead Spaces to be grouped up and actually have useful mods and provide a real challenge for the fleet. I want to go in there and experience like almost like a PvP setting where there's like alarms going everywhere. People are like, "Oh no!" I'm like yelling for help over here. Ships getting blown up both sides.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that. That's I would be down for that.